started. And this is a request by a few subscribers just wondering what so with this, put that lighting away. Okay, so I am just going to be going over some of the stuff that I am going, mainly my reels. I'm going to be going over mainly the reels for 2026, or what gear I plan to use for 2026, and stuff that I got near the end of 2025 that that I've been using. And this is a special request. I was gonna do it in a video format, but those take a lot longer to do when I can just go live and talk about these different reels here. So I don't want to start with anything too crazy, so I think I'm going to start with some of the older gear first and get that out of the way while there's not too many people watching. So the first reel that I have, or has been modified, is an Abu Roxini. This is the 2018 model, I do believe. I could be wrong. I have modified it. As you can hear, it has a click and drag on the inside. I have changed the actual spool itself and the bearing as well. If it focuses, oh, that is focusing beautifully. That is a AMU bearing, and the AMO spool is a lot lighter. With a honeycomb spool, actually. And it has their bearing on there as well. This is for the Roxini. AMO has opened its shipping back to the United States, so you can go on their site now and actually see and order supplies from, it's actually called Momo online, but you can also get it from AliExpress. What's going on there? I am doing this video for a couple of people requesting what I'm going to be using for 2026. So there's a lot of stuff that I have, but I'm just going to go over the reels and maybe the rods tonight. So this is the very first reel, and it has been customized, if you guys can see, with the reel protection on there. This one is the Abu Roxini, the 2016 model. And then this Abu here is the Ultracast that has been modified as well. Oh, nothing happened to it. Somebody just wanted to know all of the stuff that I use, and I guess to give them an idea of what to look for or what to buy. But this one here has been modified. I wish I had some pictures to show you the before and after. And then I'm pretty sure he might not be on right now. I should have messaged him to let him know. This is one of the better reels that I personally like. The Arc Gravity. This one here is the Tackle Warehouse version. It's red versus the all black or blue. What are you looking at? A wheel bearing to a bike? I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen something in here. I'm in my garage, and there's like all kinds of stuff in here. Um, but yeah, this one here, I didn't do anything too much to it. It only has the star drag that was changed, and that requires some modifications. I don't know if you can see in between the star drag and the actual handle. I had to, there we go. This thing is actually focusing really well tonight. I had to add some extra washers so that it wouldn't go all the way out and completely mess up the drag itself. Doing good, doing good, doing good. How are you? So this is one of the better reels that is actually pretty cheap in comparison to a lot of my other stuff. And then I'll show you guys one of the classics that's been heavily modified. I don't know if this will there we go. Has a real protection on it. This one here is a T3 Air. It has a bunch of different settings, which I wish they would bring this reel itself back. And it's not too many reels I've seen that can actually do this, which is weird that they added this feature for when it casts. It opens up in the front. This is one of the ones I joke about. Does the hood pop up on your fishing reel? But yeah, this has been heavily modified. Put a click and drag on the inside. I changed the actual tension knob. That spool isn't the original. The bearings I did not change, I don't think. And I only say that because this is one of the reels where the bearing itself was like really fast. And there is a button, I think I covered it. I need to cut it out. I don't want to peel this off. But there's a button. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay. So that's the button that's on the inside. There, you could push it. You see it now? Push that button in and the whole side plate should slide off. Yep, there we go. How are you guys? Oh, I did change that bearing. Huh. Did I change the bearing on the spool? Let me see. No. Okay, so the bearing on the spool is pretty fast. It's the bearing that was on the inside that I changed. Okay. All right. Good to remember. Good to remember. Then also I took it apart and changed out the they call it what do they call those things? I call them frame almost like on like a buggy or something so that the reel itself won't flex. No, I'm just showing a couple of people requested that they wanted to see what I'm going to use for 26, and I guess he wanted to see if there was something in particular that I had that he may want to look into versus just going out there and buying it without any kind of review on it per se. And I'm not reviewing these yet or these reels except for like the ones that I know he would mess with. I know he won't mess with this one. This thing's now, they start at like 500 bucks if you could find one brand spanking new. Nah, no service in the night, but I do need to service one of my reels. I went out and was casting it around in comparison to some of the other reels that I've been using, and it made like a wow noise. So this is an SLX. I am in Harrisburg, but if anybody does want reels maintenance or anything, definitely check out the website. All of that stuff is on there. It must be the bait.com. This is a rod that I actually made. So there is a big reveal that I've been working on actually for this year, and it is going to be some more rods. I finally got my hands on all of the stuff that I wanted to present to other people that I think would work phenomenally in the ultralight micro category. So that's what I've been working on. I got all of the supplies from Japan. I got a guy to come out of retirement from here in the United States to make some guides. The ones that I like anyway. He upped the size because he said too many people were complaining that they were too small. And it took me a year and a half to convince him, and he finally sent them to me. Ooh, they canceled yours? Yeah, see, we did ours early, the first week, which I didn't like. Um, and the only reason why I didn't like it is because the Sunday we were up against the farm show, and here in PA, the farm show is like the big thing, and it had just started that Sunday. So we got Saturday done, and well, Saturday and Sunday done, but everybody was shooting to the farm show for Sunday, which was I mean, it was okay. I think we should try to do them on days when there's not huge events going on. Trying to be first is cool, but I don't think it's important. Here is one of my go-to winter setups. Y'all getting more snow on Saturday? Don't say that. I think we got like something crazy like 18 or something. I was mad when I went outside and had to shovel all that snow. What's going on, Yoshi? Oh, wow. Dang, they canceled everything. All right, so here's another one of my rods, but this one here is my kind of like my winter setup. But it's been too cold to even go out. There's a reel that you're looking for, and an all-around really good reel. It's solid black. I just added or changed some of the stuff there. This one's a Flight Feather Cormorant is what it's called. Oh man, I did a few tournaments. I think I'm done, man. I'm not hard pressed on doing any tournaments anymore. And then the lure that's on there is a Nana Hannah. I think that's what they call it. Nana Hannah. Nana Han. It's a mega bass, but it's a really good uh, fall. Actually, all year long, but really great during the winter. That color in particular too. And then the rod itself is a custom build that I made. It is a 4-piece, super whippy, but works really well with this jerkbait. I want to take this jerkbait out of there, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I'll show you the rod action itself. So there's like a really nice bend in that. But these are the rods that I will be building to sell and let other people get their hands on. I've been using it for the past 3 years. I sold a few to let other people try, and afterwards I ran into the companies just deciding to not make the stuff anymore, and I was like, what are you guys doing? I think people would like to get their hands on it, not to build, because it is difficult to build. I will say that. Those little guides are a pain, but I don't mind sitting down and doing it. Requires hand tying. Okay. So here is one of my super ultralight throwing reels. It's very common now. It is the Alder Baron 2022. Has been souped up to the T. I can throw actual flies on there, and then this micro minnow I use for everything as well. Good all around season lure. It is called a Forma Cute from Japan. It weighs, I want to say it weighs, I know it's under 2 grams for sure. It's light, and it sinks, which which I'm shocked that it does, being that it's so light. And then this is also on another custom rod that I built. Okay. Yep, this one here has been like modified. There is a video that's an hour long for people to watch if they want to maintenance their reel, modify it, anything like that. But this is actually the rod that I will be building to sell on the site. It won't say Poison Ultima on there. That is a piece I got from another rod. I think that does say Poison Ultima. Appreciate that. This is one of my go-tos. I'll get through my rods first before going through my actual box of reels. So this is my number 1 reel combo, actually. This one here is called a Cross Mission. It's by Shimano. The rod is called a Cross Mission. It is technically a jigging rod, but I use it for swim baits that are under 45 grams. And then the reel, as you can see, is lighting up. That is the iReel 2. If you watch any of my videos, some of the ones that I've recently posted, I'm using this more than anything else as of right now. I recommend it if you have the time to tinker while on the water. just doing your settings. Yeah, this is a bass rod. The rod with the Abu on it. I use it for smallmouth, but it's more so fish that's under like three pounds. Um, I've caught a 5 pounder on it, so it's good enough to use for that. So this here is the iReel 2 with the cross mission. Um, Good combo. I think what I should do while I got it out is I need to tie the line on it. I don't have anything on the end. I need to put a snap on the end, but I'm not gonna walk out of frame and try to go find swivels and stuff like that. That is. So here's another reel that I use for swim baits. Smaller ones anyway. It's a complete combo. And it's discontinued. You won't find this anymore. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Fishing Planet, but this is a really, really nice rod. The whole entire combo was like $500. They discontinued it. I don't know when they discontinued it and what made me go look at it. I messaged them back in 2021 to see if they would cut me some kind of deal for doing a bunch of videos with it, but they never responded. But that is the Fishing Planet at Alula. I don't even know how you pronounce that word, but it didn't have a click and drag in it. I added it. It has a really strong drag system. This is definitely for the heavier fish, because I got the drag set to like the lowest setting and it's still pretty tight. So this is definitely going to be one of the ones that I use a lot for my heavier lures. I'll show you the inside real quick before I put it back. Stop acting like a nut. Okay. There we go. This is one of the reels that has two things that was odd about it. It doesn't have a min and max to let you know which way is the minimum and maximum. I guess they're like, you're supposed to know you've been fishing this long. And the open mechanism is on this side and you have to twist it. That little button or screw right there loosens it up, and then the other side comes loose. Twists down, and so it's magnetic and centrifugal. How you pronounce that? Oh, you have to fix those for him. So you got to buy the whole frame then. You're going to have to rebuy the frame if the foot piece broke off. You know where to get those frames from? Or you already found them? Dang, the pinion gear exploded? What is going on here? All right. That is the Fishing Planet 2-piece. This one's an actual 2-piece. That is another good rod. You're probably never going to find it again. They might bring it back. They might not. I don't know. I feel like they lost a lot of money in the end trying to keep up with Shimano and Daiwa. Also, what I failed to mention, and I don't know if I have a few of them. I don't know if I'm gonna put those on the market or not. I feel like it'll be more of a hassle than a bonus for me. So this rod here that I showed earlier is a 8-piece. I do have a few that I was gonna stick on the market, but I don't feel like dealing with the whole warranty of these. But there you go. And I am not gonna put that back together right now. I'll do that some other time. I'm not going over that rod. All right, here is another light combo that I built. This one here is the 2020 Alphas Air TW. I think it's called a BF70 here in the States. It didn't come with a clicking drag. I installed one. This one here has also been modified a lot. That rod itself is another custom build that I've done with some Japanese parts, and then the American tackle handle. The real seat is Japanese. I want to say that is a Shimano. It is a Poison Ultima handle or real seat. And then the rod I got from a company called Justice. It's not Justice. It's an A. Just Ace or something like that. It's a Japanese company, and he doesn't like shipping to the United States. I had to get somebody in Japan to get it, and figuring out the warranty. He doesn't warranty anything outside of Japan. So if there is a rod that I recommend for anybody that's using light game, that they want to use a bait caster but have a spinning rod feel, this one's pretty cheap. It is called a Shimano Free Game XT. I think it comes in different sizes and different actions and stuff of that nature, but this one here is a 4-piece. This is a 6.4L. This is definitely one of my go-tos as well if I don't want to use one of my rods. But this is what I actually between this and the actual Poison Ultima, this is where I got my bills from. This actual rod right here. Really nice action. The tip is a little flimsy on purpose to give you that spinning reel feel. Yeah, no airbrushing tonight. I'll get back to that tomorrow. But that is the last of the rods. So now we can just go over these reels. And there's a lot of reels. I don't think I'm doing them all tonight. I don't think I'm going to do them all tonight. 3,000 plus bass. Where are you fishing at? Yeah, that's a lot, man. I don't know. I only got, honestly, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I have 10 actual combos, and then a bunch of reels, and then lures. I just lost count. So here is one of my most expensive reels. I fully customized it. Cost a lot, almost 1,000, like really close to 1,000 once said and done. The it is called a Abu. I'm getting ready to tell you the wrong name. I want to say it's a Xenon uh, LTX-BFS. This is the Japanese model. The American model out of the box is $550. I think it's on sale right now. Out of the box, this reel isn't that great, but once modified and squared away, it is actually not that bad. But it was all black, and I changed everything about it, even the spool itself, and then the is this just a push out? Oh, it's just a push out. Okay. This one here, if you see up close in there, it is double bearing. So it has the little slot of bearings and then the big ones, so that I can throw some really light stuff really far. And then heavier stuff, it doesn't require me to actually put a lot of emphasis on the cast, just because of how easy everything is to throw. Here is another reel that I modified. I want to say this is the 800 Alpha's 800S. I didn't. You could hear that. I added that click and drag, and the thing I like about this style click and drag versus some of the other ones, it's a gear with teeth basically, and it has like a hook that's touching each tooth as it goes by. I cut the tooth itself. No, I cut the hook itself back so that it's not nearly as loud. And then of course, all the little purple accents. A company in Japan called Wings. I designed it. He made it for me. So that's a real protection. What are y'all talking about? Here's another one of my top three reels. This is definitely in my top three. This one here is a Silver Creek. After customizing it, I don't call it Silver Creek. I call it like the Golden Ocean or Golden River or something, because it's all gold now. I like the brown accents. This is 100% custom. Everything is there are no original parts other than the thumb bar itself. I think when I'm done with this, I think I am going to get a golden thumb bar down the road. But it has the silver thumb bar, so that's the only thing that's left. Nah, man, I'm just not. I'm in my second house basically. You probably hear the heater going back there, but I didn't want to do it in the house because they actually got to go back to work and school and stuff. I'm off tomorrow in the morning anyway. On your private pond, are the fish decent? So here's another custom reel with my actual logo on it. This one here is the Gecko Baijin. They just released another one, and everyone's saying they aren't too happy with it. I was gonna get it to do the comparison, but I'm after something else for my kayak, so I don't think I'm gonna pass that one. Nah, man. I just didn't want to go in there talking and making all this noise in there. But that's the Gecko Baijin. I don't know if these are the original. Nope, these are not the original cork knobs. Those are some RCS that I got off of Hedgehog Studio. I'm about to turn that heat down though real quick. Take this jacket off, one of the two. That thing's blazing. Sheesh. All right, the next reel is, what is this reel, man? I know it was a Daiwa. I'm getting ready to call it the wrong thing. It's a Steez. This one here is a Steez Air. Steez Air. Yeah, it didn't have a click and drag. This is also another reel that I like using for trout and panfish. Thing cost enough, but I added the drag. I changed the spool out. The spool that it had in it wasn't bad, but I like throwing lighter stuff. So yeah, I think I seen somebody, man, and I seen a video of somebody ice fishing from the bank. He threw some rocks in the pond and was catching the bass from the bank, throwing into the hole. I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. I am just gonna make a live and call it a day. The request from some people wanting to see what I was planning on using for this year. Here is the Steez. No, what the heck is this, man? I'm got too many reels. This is not the Steez. This is the, man, I haven't used it in a long time. It's not one of my favorite reels. It's definitely down the bottom of the list. Everyone else was hyping it up. This is the Daiwa. What the heck is this thing, man? I bet you once I put it down, I remember the name of it. I wish I had the box here with me. It's crazy I don't remember the name to this reel. You said, oh, man, you got to explore, man. You got to get out. This reel right here, I couldn't modify too much now that I think about it. And that's the reason why I didn't, man, I don't remember the name of this reel, man. They changed their system to Mag Force on this one, or Mag Tracks, one of the two, Mag Force or something. So you see that spool on the inside, that magnetic system, they changed it, and they've been doing that to a lot of their reels lately. When a name comes to me, I'm gonna say it, but I want to put it down for now and try to think of the name of this reel. Anybody tell me the name of this reel? That would be great. Get my hand out the way. The Gecko Baijin has this body, the new one. Here's a fancy one. Now, which one is this though? I know it's a Calcutta BFS. This one is the 17 model. Hold on, hold on. Okay, yep, all right. This is the 17 model. Calcutta BFS, high gear. All right, man, take care, take care. This one has 7-pound test on it. So all of my reels are ready to go. I lined them up not too long ago, and that's how I figured out that SLX bearings was messed up. So I'm gonna have to take that, fix that now that I think about it. Okay, all right. Here we have a classic reel that I actually didn't realize for the longest that everything is technically done on the one side. So on this side has the drag or to adjust your magnetic braking system. So this reel originally had a centrifugal, man, what a word, centrifugal system, and I modified it to the FTB system where the magnets are in it. You will not find this anywhere. 101. Changed that bearing on the inside and changed the spool. In fact, the spool didn't come with a bearing. I had to do some shaving there to get it to fit properly how I wanted it. So that's the bearing on there so that I can throw below 1 gram. A lot of people don't find that important. I do. I do a lot of pan fishing, even from a kayak. But at one point, I think anybody who was doing BFS fishing was trying to throw a trout magnet on all of their reels or trying to find out what reels could do it. Click and drag system, add it. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I try to keep them nice. Here is the Aldebaran 50 2015 model that's been fully customized. I don't think this reel had a click and drag system in it either when it first came out. I know I added one. Really soft. So yep, that's the plan for this year is to kind of try to get every reel out on the water at least once or twice and keep them in rotation so they're not just collecting dust. That's the 50. I am missing. Oh no, never mind. I'm not missing anything. It's right there. Right there. Here is the 2018 MGL model that has been modified. That means he missed something. Um, it's a washer, a carbon washer. He probably missed. So when when they send those clicking drags out, sometimes they forget to put all of the stuff in there, so you have to pay like attention to that. So or either he put too many washers in there. That could have happened too. That's the issue I was running into with my Fishing Planet reel. I'm gonna have to take it apart. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. The clicking drag is just way too like clinky and like vibrates, and it's really hard. I was gonna use it strictly for like heavier lures, but I would like to mix it up just because of how hard the drag is. Like if I loosen this drag all the way up, that's what it sounds like. But with that other one, I can't do that. So this one here has a lot of options. But this is the 2018 MGL. Has been fully modified to throw super light lures. Um, if you know, oh man, oh, it's an Akuma that was messed up, or the Daiwa reel messed up. Find out what reel it is, and I might be able to help you guys. Yep. Oh, I failed to mention that every reel has been serviced to all bearings. So all of them are either 10 plus 1, 11 plus 1, or 12 plus 1 in the bearing system. No, none of those white. I can't even think of the name of them off the top of my head right now. Bushings, no bushings. And this here is the 2016, the original BFS Alder bearing. The other two reels that I just showed before that, they wasn't BFS reels. I modified them to throw lighter stuff. SS Air TW. That is the name of that reel that I could not figure out. Daiwa SS Air TW. Not in not in my top 5. Some people put it in their top 3. It's in the bottom for me. Mainly because I don't know if they were just trying to come up with something new. I think what they were really trying to do was make it so that China or some of the Japanese companies couldn't make aftermarket spools for it because of the way that system's set up. This here is the Roxini 24 or 25. It just came out not too long ago. I think it came out the beginning of last year. 25. I did find out that some parts do work for this reel, and every place I spoke to said that nothing would fit to customize it, but I figured it out. I haven't found a spool yet. Reels, rods I counted. I had 10. Nothing too crazy. I seen the one guy say he had like 64 or something like that. I don't. I get rid of a lot of stuff. I don't hoard per se when it comes to fishing. I have this. If I don't use it for 2 years, it's getting sold. There's no purpose in me holding on to it. I give it to somebody who's gonna actually use it. So, 10 rods and I do collect reels. I do use them all. 30 reels. Now, if it comes to a point where I don't use it, it will definitely get sold. So that's an issue right there. Well, that spacing can become an issue, but the way they did this side plate, it slides over the actual spool, so you don't get that spacing, which is pretty cool. A lot of reels, when you see that kind of spacing, the line is definitely gonna go inside of that. And I think I put it in and the line got behind that. Yep, the line got behind that spool. Let me fix that real quick. I did change the bearing. So that it's faster. Yo, Jesse, you've been making a lot of stickers. What company are you going through? Or you just designing them right now? I've been using Sticker International. But yep, this is the latest Roxini. I had 2 of them. I got rid of 1 of them. This one here, I've added all of the red accent stuff. It was one of my go-tos when I first got it, but there are definitely better reels. It's not a recommendation. It's not one of the ones on the list. Here is the Steez CT SVTW, one of my favorite reels, definitely top 3. 2019 model. I haven't messed with the limited. I don't personally think that the whoa, why is that so tight? Okay. I don't think that they did anything spectacular with the limited that I would personally need. So here is 2019 model with a real protection on it to keep from getting scratched up. So you print them at home. So you have the sticker printer. A lot of people's favorite reel. It's in my top 5, 6 maybe. It's not one of the ones that I would grab right away. It is a really smooth reel. I changed the star drag, the knob, the tension knob, the handle, the actual knobs on the handle, and I changed out the spool to throw super even lighter than what they recommended it for. I didn't do anything inside of this reel. So for the guy who was asking about reels, so this reel, this here's a Scorpion. This is the SLX. And then the Corrado BFS All three of these are the same. So you can get away with buying the SLX and still getting these two because they are like now I think between 160 and 200, and this one I believe the JDM Japanese version is discontinued, but it's all the same reel, just the bearing count's different on each of those. Here is another one of my top fives. This is an Abu Japanese model. I do have one for sale, but it's a lefty. It's not been modified, so I think I got it up on the site for oh, okay. ALC BF7 model. It has been modified with some kind of FTB style system. That whole piece or mechanism does pop out. And then it also has this style magnets in it. They're mag tracks. So I'm using both styles to throw. I throw actual fly lures on here on some of these reels actually. Fully customized, reel protection, and the last bait casting reel, which I thought about selling it, but it took so much to get this reel to where I wanted it. It's the only reason why I'm not selling it. And then it was a pain to put this thing on. This one here is a Stream Custom, brand spanking new. I think I used it like twice after putting all of the stuff on it. Put the click and drag in it. Change the spool out. Someone call it the Christmas edition. But that is the last bait caster. And then well, that I have here, I have another bait caster, but it's at work. This is my travel rod, where aka the Sneak Pond. That is a Stratic C2000S. That is a Japanese model. It has a shallow spool on it. And I've seen a video where this lady, I think her name is Rain Outdoors. I wouldn't dare do what she did with that rod. She had it like tucked in her pants or something. And her dad asked her how she didn't have any rods with it, and she whipped it out of her pants. This thing right here cost me too much to pull that stunt. And it's very fragile, but okay, some nice combos. So it's a 6.6. I'm not going to keep pulling it all the way out. I don't want to break the tip running it into something. Daiwa Blazon Mobile. Actually, you probably could find them now for like $1.20, something like that. But this is my one of my sneak pond combos, as I would call it. One of my first actual JDM setups. I think I did like a live, I mean not a live, a short on how to take the line off of this thing pretty quickly. But that is that. I'm not going over any lures tonight. I'm actually going to wrap this live up and then send those couple of people the link so that they could see. I'm pretty sure they're not on right now. And if they are, they're not saying anything. Appreciate it. But this is the Daiwa Blaze on with the Stratic C 2000S. Throw this under the seat. No one knows I got it, especially when I go some places I don't feel like being bothered with people and find some water, let them chit chat and do all that fun other stuff. But that is that. I'm going to say good night. I will see you all tomorrow evening, and I will be doing the airbrush of the trouts, I think. Or I might do some small bluegill. Till tomorrow, peace out.